One Toyota in the wall, the other fifth at the moment. And if they want to beat Webber, they're going to have to hang it on the line, Alonso and Räikkönen. Alonso can't really afford to with his World Championship position. Räikkönen simply has to, and he runs last.
Alonso then 3 times on the front row of the grid this season, twice pole, also started third. He's been pretty consistent himself in qualifying, and he needs all of his skills. He's a 1.5 tenths almost up on Webber in Sector 1. Is this going to be a lap where it's all neat and tidy, apart from just a little bit of conservatism when he hits the beach, which is the Tabac corner, through 48, down along the seafront, underneath what used to be the Lowe's Hotel, goes Fernando Alonso, tremendously committed on a single lap. Into the chicane, picking up plenty of curve, and now we ride on board with the World Championship leader. Just 23 years of age. How much of a wide margin does he give to Sam? Well, he seemed to drop his right wheels into it. He wasn't taking any prisoners through there, was he? 4.5 tenths faster than Webber. This is a superlative lap from Fernando Alonso. He's kept his head, he's kept his nerve. So many challenges throughout this season. He's faced down and he's stood firm in the face of difficulty. Here he comes across the line. Is this provisional pole? Oh yes, it certainly is. What a super lap from Fernando Alonso, and that's the kind of lap time we were seeing this morning. That's what we were expecting from everybody, and Fernando, under terribly difficult circumstances, has delivered.
Yeah, he's been sitting there all that time waiting to go onto the racetrack, unsure of how much grip there would be. And well, that, if you ever needed any confirmation of whether Fernando Alonso is ready to win the World Championship, there it is, absolutely clear as day. That's a stunning lap, and he knows it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's like facing down Michael Schumacher in the last 12 laps at Imola. That was a pretty stern challenge, wasn't it? Now then, Mr. Räikkönen, what can you do? Under pressure all weekend from his teammate Montoya, under pressure from both the Renaults, looking for his 3rd pole position in a row in 2005. He knows there's grip on the racetrack because he's just seen Alonso's time, so he can go and attack now. He's confident in this car. This McLaren's very supple around this racetrack, and look at this. The Duel takes an extra twist, almost 2.5 tenths faster than Alonso in Sector 1 alone.
And he knows the grip's going to be there. He won't have seen the lap of Alonso. He will have been on his out lap, so he won't have that pleasure, but he'll know the time. And he's certainly given himself a 1/4 second advantage, hasn't he, moving into this middle sector. And as Mark Webber said, don't give up anything on the way. There's no point taking too much out of the braking into the seafront. And here he comes down to that Tabac area, hard on the throttle, just cuts underneath the sand. And wow, unbelievable, and faster still. Look at that. He can't possibly lose that in the final 2 corners, surely. Räikkönen absolutely on it and about to spoil Alonso's party. What an answer to the brilliant lap of Fernando Alonso.
Kimi Räikkönen, is this provisional pole for him? Across the line he goes, almost half a second faster than Fernando Alonso. And Flavio Briatore did not expect that, and I bet you Alonso didn't either. That is amazing. That says, hey mate, you're not going to run away in this World Championship if I've got anything to do about it. That's tremendous advantage for him in terms of the fuel he can carry into tomorrow's qualifying session. He can carry an extra 10 or 15 kilos more than Alonso into that session. That is one of the finest things I have seen around this track for many a long year. And it's quite interesting, Martin. The track temperature went up 4 degrees in the time of the red flag period after Ralf Schumacher's incident. That's clearly helped the 2 Michelin runners that came after.
That's the lap of the year, and Räikkönen, it's not often you see him, is it, being so demonstrative, but Räikkönen has given himself, as you said, a wonderful opportunity to change his strategy, carry the fuel and start on pole position here, and what a stunner that was. The lap of the year so far.
But there's a race tomorrow, 78 laps of it, and Alonso will have something to say about it. The Duel is joined then at Monte Carlo. Don't miss tomorrow's Grand Prix.